Hello people, I thought I'd do a video. It's been a bit now since I've done one. And to be fair, I should start doing a few more videos for the people that, sit and actually watch me. Because it's like I hear people on here going, oh, you lucky people, you've got another video out of me, or you've had 2 videos, blah, blah, blah. And I think, no, they're not lucky. We are lucky. The people that do the videos. Lucky for having people wanting to watch our content. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just selfish for people to say them sorts of things. See, when 3D Fight Club and that were at its peak, there was stuff to talk about. Controversial shit to talk about, certain people. But that's gone now. Them days are fucking gone. Seems to have been taken over by trolls and drunk people in lives chatting fucking shit. And I just don't want to sit there talking about these people. These nobodies, really. These people who are like 40, 50 odd year old and can't even get the fucking lives in check and think that it's mature to come online pissed up or off the nut in some kind of way and embarrass themselves. See, it's like a cycle. You got these people that will come along, and at first, it might be interesting, it might be funny watching these people embarrass themselves, but everything's got a sell-by date. And give it a month or so or something like that, and these people will quickly dwindle away like the rest. And then they leave YouTube, and then what happens is another set of people come along, take their place. Like I say, they might have slightly different banter, jokes, whatever, but they soon get fucking boring, and they end up in the YouTube bin like the rest of them. You know what I mean? And like I say, it's a cycle. And I don't want to be the person sat there talking about these people, saying the same shit over and over again about different people. It's fucking boring. Soon I go up to my allotment, mate. Show my fucking allotment and shit. To be fair, I've been fucking lazy and I should start doing more like. But like I said, I just don't want to get locked into this fucking cycle of talking about irrelevant people and how they can't get their lives in check and what have you, you know what I mean? It's boring. But we'll leave that at that now. I did want to talk a little bit about the whole Decca Heggie situation. So, it's crazy in my eyes. Look, the way I see it's like this. There's fucking hundreds of videos on YouTube about him, do you know what I mean, and what he's been done for. We know that he's the wrong one at the end of the day, right? It just questions when these people are going out of the way to do what they do, I mean, if I saw somebody in the street dressed in a fucking balaclava, handing out leaflets calling a person a wrong un, I'd be questioning the person wearing a fucking balaclava. I mean, if anyone walked up each street anyway in a fucking balaclava, I'd be like, whoa, is this fucking guy robbing me? Do you know what I mean? It'd be the first thing on your mind, wouldn't it? So when they're handing out leaflets, you're going to probably question the legitimacy of what these people are saying. But it's like this, right? We have that concrete evidence. If someone can go around and obviously prove what he's done, you know what I'm saying? The thing about it is when I heard what he said, like, oh, I've got messages from the 10-year-old's mother stating that nothing happened between me and that 10-year-old. Do you know what I mean? That just questions, I think, how could shit like that happen? How could you be put into a position where there's allegations against a real fucking 10-year-old? You got to question it, haven't you, at the end of the day? Right? But it's like this. We know the police. They love protecting pedos, nonsense, whatever. It's the job. It's what they're fucking paid for. They don't care who they protect at the end of the day. They just see it as the job, so they'll protect whoever. I don't disagree with what they're doing at all. But in a way, they're going the whole wrong way about it, because ultimately all that's going to happen is he's going to ring the police, you know what I mean, get him done for slander and harassment and all the other fucking lot of bollocks. Then he'll probably get an injunction out on him in these other orders and shit like that, right? And then ultimately, it'll get to a point where they won't even be allowed to say anything about him online. You know what I mean? They'll just be banned. Anything that they say about him, they'll get arrested for, you know what I mean? And they're just putting themselves in that position. If they want to bring awareness and stuff like that, the way that they're doing it is totally wrong. There's no need to hide in the street. Like I say, if you're serious about what you say, You put a face to your fucking opinion, don't you, at the end of the day? You don't hide away with balaclavas on your fucking face, because you can't take anybody seriously. Like I say, it's just some fucked up shit at the end of the day. But if that's what they want to do, then obviously that's their prerogative at the end of the day. But like the saying goes, there's more than one way to skin a fucking cat. You know, and running around the streets, ballied up, handing leaflets out, like I say, it gives him the right to just run to coppers, doesn't it, and grass. And then you've got orders against everyone, and ultimately you can't speak about him ever again and probably go fucking near him, do you know what I mean? So, they're pissing up their own backs at the end of the day. And like I say, that leave them to it, because like I've learnt my lesson. You know, like I've done the odd fucking bits and bobs, you know, the fucking videos about Decca Heggie and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I've learned there's no point in giving him the voice, because basically, you know, you're just giving him the energy and shit like that. He's probably craving the attention that he craves. You're giving it him at the end of the day, and you can't change what people think. It's, you know, you've got to understand that about YouTube. No matter what you say to people, they will stick with it. Even probably when there's fucking tons of evidence produced and standing in front of them, they will still choose to think what they want to think, you know? But that's YouTube for you, and every other fucking social networking platform. I quickly leave it at this. You know, I see this day in, day out. This is not about Decca Heggie, it's about something else now. Like fucking I was watching TikTok where I last about fucking 20 minutes ago. And it's embarrassing, mate, watching these fully grown people. I mean, I think, like, these people are boasting on TikTok, like, oh, I'm getting 25 grand a month off TikTok and stuff like that. Because that's obviously because a lot of people are paying them daft amounts of fucking money. It's like a game to everyone, innit, to see how many gifts that they can send to them. And I think, what do they offer to society, honestly? They're a set of fat bastards, most of them, who do fuck all with their life. Sit there and do nothing. Have got no skills, no fuck all to offer to society. Do you know what I mean? There's things that this country's fucked. Everything's fucked, but people want to sit online day in, day out and pay these people for fucking nothing. There's plenty of other things that are productive that you could be putting your fucking money to. You know what I mean? Like the environment, your fucking kids. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I can guarantee majority of these cunts have got kids, man. They probably don't even spend as much on their kids as what they're doing, putting into these fucking people online, man. You know what I mean? It's daft. Why they would want to do... And, you know, obviously, like, when people are coming with good content... Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people out there that do things, they've got skills, they like to share and learn and teach people. I think they're the sorts of people that deserve money and stuff like that because they've got something to offer to society. Some bum that sits at home on the fucking arse, mate, and don't even know how to wash a pot, don't deserve fucking money. It's just plain and simple, and there's fucking tons of them about. Society's fucked. For me, it's like this. I want to teach my kids everything. I've got many different ideas for YouTube. You know what I mean? Running through my mind constantly all the time. But I want to fetch my kids into it. Might seem like a daft idea. But it's like I watch the shit that my kids watch on YouTube. Adults fucking sucking sponges and shit. And I'm not bullshit. You know the kind of bollocks that the kids watch these days on YouTube. And I'm like... That's not educational, and that's not teaching our kids fuck all. How do we expect our kids to grow up when most of the shit that they watch is just bollocks? It's not teaching them nothing. And I wanted to create a channel where, like, cause on Amazon, well, not Amazon, sorry, there's a site on fucking, on internet where you can buy kids' tools. I'm not talking like plastic bollocks. I'm talking about the real fucking deal. Real hammers, real kids' chisels, real kids' screwdrivers, you know, fucking hand drills, the lot. Do you know what I mean? And I'm pretty decent with my hands. I can fix quite a lot of things, and I can create things from wood, and you know what I mean? Simple as that. And I want to teach my kids and pass them skills down to my kids. But at the same time, if I can put that onto YouTube and teach other kids as well, showing because I'm sure kids would be interested in watching other kids playing with tools. I wouldn't make it boring. It's all fun and games, and that's what it's about. being fun at the same time. Obviously, I can't, I've got to curb the swearing and fucking like try and change this face a little bit to make it look more kid fucking friendly. Do you know what I mean? But that's the kind of sort of little ideas I've got. Do you know what I mean? Because I want my kids to be something in society. I want my kids to represent something. Do you know what I mean? And at least have some sort of skills. And if I can pass that to them, and also they can teach other kids, and obviously myself do it as well, then I'm achieving something. With the allotment, obviously it's teaching my kids how to look after fucking chickens and ducks and geese, and they've got fucking pigs on there, and obviously I think you've got to have licenses on that, and goats, they've got fucking goats on there as well, so kind of shows you the fucking diverse livestock that you can have on there. And obviously teaching my kids, because ultimately this planet, and it's fucked, simple as that, with the prices, food and shit like that. It's getting to a point where you have to start looking after your own livestock and producing your own eggs and your own vegetables and shit like that. And if I can teach my kids how to do that, they're going to survive a lot better in this fucking world than what a lot of people are. Because like I said, most of these motherfucking parents out here, I say most, a lot, not most, because there's a lot of people out there that do have skills and shit like that. But there's a lot of parents out there that are fucking brain dead, mate. And like I say, they ain't got a skill between them, the mother or fucking father. And it's the kids I feel sorry for, because at the end of the day, they've got to grow up with these divvy-arse fucking parents who can't even tell the difference between their ass and the fucking elbow. You know what I mean? Who need the right guidance. But I don't need to think about that. The only thing I really need to think of is me, my own children, and the skills that I can pass down to them, and hopefully they can pass down to their kids for next generation, generations to come. For how long we ever fucking lived, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've got a few things I could probably do. But like I say, I don't want to be stuck in this cycle of, fucking just chatting shit about nobodies and individuals who just get pissed up and drugged up and talk shit about people and don't know the word equalism. Even though realistically I see it like this, somebody who like figures out science, like fucking who can create medicines and shit like that, who are ultra intelligent, they're on a different level to me. It being respected, they're going to be respected a lot more than me, because they can offer a lot more to society, and ultimately that's what it's about. The more that you can offer to society, the more that you're respected. If you're just some deadbeat who don't want to do no for anybody and doesn't want to help anybody other than the self, then you're never going to get anywhere, and you're never really going to have friends or anybody who wants. You just get laughed at, because it's part of the world. It's just how it is at the end of the day. We're a very, very toxic species. And the way I see it is, I think, I know this is, off topic, but I think, just imagine myself being an alien and looking down on this fucking shit show. Do you know what I'm saying? That we call planet Earth. We can't get along with one another. We're that disgusting. We kill children and we just blow each other up, rob each other, fucking just do the most heinous fucking shit for nothing. We can't get along with one another, so how we could expect anything beyond this planet to get along with us is mind-boggling. You know what I mean? Because we're just toxic. Like I said all the time, us were just being left alone on this fucking rock to rot. Because we're horrible. We are, honestly. Some of the shit we do is fucking disgusting. But I'll leave it at that. But I've done enough now. It's been nearly 14 minutes. Cheers for listening, people. Peace.